Good morning, it's Penny here. I'm coming to you from the forest in Virginia, and I have been wanting to make this video for quite some time, and this seemed like the perfect time. I've made some notes and I'm going to refer to them so that I don't miss anything that I consider to be important. So the title of the video is, Am I Still a Bob Wells Fangirl? Emphasis on still, because very early, I became smitten with Bob Wells. So let me tell you a little bit about that. In 2008, I met a gentleman who was living in a van, traveling around the country. Every year he would go to Mexico. Pardon me. Every year he would go to Mexico for a few months, and we traveled around Texas a little bit and slept in the van. Well, he slept in the van. I slept in my tent. And on the beach, cooked in parks. It was just fabulous. And I became enamored with the idea of van living. The relationship wasn't as wonderful to me as the idea of van living, and it was short-lived. But van life became a goal for me, even way back then. So I started to do some research, and I came across someone called Bob Wells. And at that time, he had Cheaprvliving, but it was in a forum, online forum, where you had to make a profile, answer some questions, as I recall. You could post in different boards questions that you had, and people could answer them. Sometimes answered by Bob himself. And that was a long time ago. Things have changed since then. If you don't know who Bob Wells is, maybe you live under a rock, because everyone in the van life community or the nomad community knows Bob Wells. He's considered to be the father of modern van life and is a guru for many. I'm not suggesting that that's something that he sought, but it's been a mission of his to help people for all of these years. And after his website, he started the RTR, Rubber Tramp Rendezvous, which is a large gathering in the desert of Arizona every year. And in 2015, he began his YouTube channel, which was small in the beginning. I mean, how many people were interested in living in a van back then? Not as many as now. He started HOWA, Homes on Wheels Alliance, which is his nonprofit that he started with Sue Ann Carlson, and which continues today. And in 2019, the largest Rubber Tramp Rendezvous in their history had occurred, and I happened to have been there. It was estimated that there were about 10,000 people camping together in the desert, and it was fabulous. It was such a community. As far as you could see, there were people like you, and a lot of information was exchanged, and it was fabulous. In 2020, Nomadland, a movie starring Frances McDormand by Chloe Zhao, was, I guess, the director, went on to win a lot of awards, and Bob Wells made an appearance in that video, and his effects were felt throughout the video, even when he wasn't directly in the movie. I met Bob briefly at 2019 RTR, and it was about getting some solar panels for the group. Let's see. And I returned to the RTR 2 more times. In 2025, I fell after the RTR. I went back in 2026, and In between, in Christmas Eve of 2025, Bob Wells interviewed me for his Cheap RV Living channel, and he did a tour of my van. I'll put a link of that video for you in case you have not seen it. So people have asked me, what is my impression of Bob Wells after that? Let me give you a little information. When you are in the nomad community or the van life community, and you spend any time at campfires with other people, as I did with the caravans following and prior to the RTR, conversation always comes around to Bob Wells eventually. What do you think of Bob Wells? You know about Bob Wells. I sold this on Bob Wells' channel. And I think years ago, the opinions were a little different. The conversations were a little different than they are now. Now I'm hearing some people say, oh, I think his fame has gone to his head. I don't agree with that. I think too many people begrudge him any degree of success that he has achieved over the years. I believe in right livelihood and the concept of making money through noble means. And I think Bob Wells' goals have always been noble, and they have remained so. I did not ever get a sense that he's doing anything for the sake of making money. He has helped tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people. Not everyone in the van life community, in the nomad community, are there because they choose to be. A lot of people are there because they fell on hard times, and it was the only way that they could manage. Some people struggle with it, and some people fell in love with it. But regardless, they've managed in a way that they would not have been able to without Bob Wells' Cheap RV Living channel on YouTube. How much money is he making? I don't know. Is it a lot? I don't know. But I know that Bob Wells is a genuine, caring, decent man. And so in summary, am I still, all these years later, a Bob Wells fangirl? Well, the answer, if it's not obvious, it's simple. Yes.